I've been a big fan of the Star Wars teen books for a while. They lack a cynicism that sometimes undertones the adult novels. Some of my friends have said it's a grittiness rather than cynical authors, but I am not always sure of that. It's true that the teen books tend to be a little less graphic, but as for grittiness, for the most part this book has that. This was the second in the Journey to the Force Awakens series. Its focus was a mission for Princess Leia to spread disinformation. There was more to it than that, but I want to keep it spoiler-free as much as possible. The theme of the book is a mix of importance and sacrifice. People die or are really hurt around her in the book, and they tell her she must be saved and that they are willing to die for her. This weighs very heavy on her conscience, as it's a burden she does not want and in part does not believe in. Doing what is needed and what is right is an ongoing issue for her throughout the story. It brings several old characters back as well as new ones. We see Mon Mothma back in her leadership role, but the real star in some ways is the return of Nien Nunb. He had a kind of unremarkable part as Lando's co-pilot in Return of the Jedi. He wasn't bad in the film, just we didn't get to see much of who he really was. He also has a brief appearance in The Force Awakens. In this, though, he shines. He's a joker and loves cantinas. He's a bit sarcastic, and you can count on him in a crunch. It was really nice to see the character fleshed out finally. Overall, it was a fun read that only has a couple of moments that made me feel it wasn't a Star Wars moment. The mission is cool, the character's interesting, and there is a very cool nod to Return of the Jedi and a shuttle at the end of the book. Now, from an RPG point of view, the book has some good stuff in it. There are no stats, of course, as this is a novel, but there is still some good things in it. The planets are good places for characters to stop at, either as main focus or as refueling, resupply, or to meet contacts, etc. The mission itself, while epic in its effects as it involves Leia, could easily be adapted for a smaller scale with your regular rebel cell. There is a couple of new NPCs you could adapt as well, and a couple of new villains. With a bit of imagination, this book could go a long way for an RPG group. It's a hardcover, and around $14, I think it's worth it.